And give him a round of applause for the one and only Mr. Dinesh Roka!
We've been doing this since the last 3 years, and every year we've evolved, got better and better. We made a lot of mistakes along the way, but every year we're getting better, and we've got a good turn up this year as well. Thank you so much. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you. Okay, before I start, can I ask everyone, including volunteers, if you have already finished your food, come and join us. There are some vacant seats here, over there, and also at the back. So just join us so that we can kind of sit together and be in that same energy circle, whatever you want to call it. All right. Thank you. By the way, how many of you enjoyed the speakers that we've had on this stage so far? Yes. What do you think about Amro Baze Boze? Are they good? Yeah. Round of applause for them. What do you think about Babika Lopchun? Did you learn new things from her? Yes or yes? Good. What about Amro Raju Gurung, the Raju's vlog? Ooh. He has some really good story to say, and I think you've learned a lot from him as well, and how sleeping on a mattress makes you a future property investor. So you might want to go home and take your bed off and put the mattress on the floor and just sleep there. What did you think about Gorkha movie, Amro, Nisha and the team? What do you think about them? Thank you. My topic today is Discover Your Gift, DYG. And I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, what is Discover Your Gift? What is this gift that he's talking about? Well, now I'll tell you what it is, okay? I'll dive deep now. But I want to start by asking you a question. Do you believe that human potential is unlimited? And if so, how much of that potential do we actually use when we're alive? 5% or less. I was 18 years old when my best friend, he passed away in an accident. So he got in a motorbike accident. We're coming back from, I think it was Thankot or somewhere. I can't remember the exact place, but we're coming back into Kathmandu, and we're riding on a motorbike. We're all young and excited, enthusiastic guys, and he was riding just behind me. And as we were approaching the bend, I just went past the bend, and the next thing, or before that, the last time I saw him, I just looked behind, and he was smiling. But little did I know that was the last time I would see him smiling. So the next thing I know, I went past the bend, I heard BAM! And then it happened all in a millisecond. So it was instant death. And it was a shocking experience for me. The next few weeks or months I spent, trying to process. I spent my time trying to process what had happened. Why did it happen? I spent my time trying to accept this new reality that I was facing. But at the same time, I was also thinking and contemplating about the hopes and dreams that he had left behind. I was thinking about the potential, the gifts that he had yet to discover. Because I truly believe that human potential is nearly unlimited. And I believe we have gifts, talents, abilities, whatever you want to call it, that we have yet to discover, yet to tap into. How many of you agree with that? So, one day I was listening to this speaker called Les Brown. How many of you heard the name Les Brown? A few of you. He's a motivational speaker. He's very powerful, very impactful. I was listening to him, and he said something that really resonated with me. So basically, he was talking to a large group of audience, and he asked a question. He said, "Where do you think is the richest place on earth?" And there was a silence. And then he went, The graveyard is the richest place on earth because it is here you will find hopes and dreams that's never been fulfilled. Here you will find books never written, songs never sung, inventions never shared, and cures never discovered. And I thought about that, and I was heartbroken to know that so many of us die with our gifts and potential and abilities still in us. And it was heartbreaking. And you might be wondering, hey, Dinesh, but what is this gift that you keep talking about? Well, good thing is I will explain what these gifts are. So just for your understanding and for simplicity, I have broken down the gifts that I keep talking about into three types. So the gifts. The first one, the first gift that we have, I like to call it, is that how you spell? Innate. So innate gifts are our natural gifts and potential that we have, that we're born with. Every single one of you sitting here, right here, you have access to that gift. And there's so many of them that you may or may not be aware of, that you may or may not believe. Just to give you one example, the thing that's sitting right here inside your head is called human brain. It's one of the most powerful machines in the world. It is more powerful than the most powerful supercomputers that exist today. They say that we use less than 10% of our brain's capacity. Now, I don't know how much of that is true, but what I do know is we've only been able to scratch the surface of that brain's capacity, and there's so much more to go. And similarly, human heart and our mind is even more powerful than the brain. That's another topic. I don't want to go into that. But my favorite is our ability to learn. How many of you here came here to see if you can learn something new today? Good. So the ability to learn is a beautiful gift without which there will be no human civilization, because of our ability to learn, we've been able to learn and adapt to new situations. Jim Quick, I don't know if you heard of him, he said the best: if knowledge is power, then learning is superpower. It is a superpower that allows you to acquire new skills, new behaviors, new habits, new beliefs, and even new values and principles. It is an amazing gift, and there's plenty of them, so many of them. The second gift that I want to talk about is called Experiential Gift. Now, what is experiential gift? These are gifts that you acquire throughout your lifetime. There are good experiences. There are not so good experiences, but they're all gifts. The good ones, the positive ones, are very obvious, isn't it? These are moments that you spend with your loved ones. These are moments that, you go on an amazing holiday, an adventure, that moment when you help someone and they look back at you with this smile of gratitude. It's that moment, that you spend with your friend having a really nice conversation. It could be something small as that moment when there's sunrise or sunset and you experience that feeling. Or when you look at the baby and they smile back at you with wonder and curiosity. These are really beautiful experiences that is a gift throughout your life. But here's a tricky part, the challenging bit, which is the negative experiences. But before that, before I go into negative, here's the thing. Listen to this carefully. Life is nothing but a series of experiences. Would you agree with me? And also, life is the sum total of all our experiences. Is that fair to say? And if life is the sum total of all our experiences, then that means the quality of our life is directly proportionate to the quality of our experiences. Yes? Yes. Okay. So positive experiences is very obvious, isn't it? You have a good time, but the negative experiences, the pain you go through, the sorrow, the disappointment, the regrets. Razu and Babika, they talked about failure and rejection. These are all negative experiences. there are stress, anxiety, depression. Now, mental health has become a big thing nowadays, isn't it? I work at a school, special needs school, and we have children who come from very abusive, very traumatic backgrounds. They, as a child, they've been abused mentally, emotionally, sexually, physically, and they've got these trauma in them that makes them a little bit different to normal kids. I also volunteer at Samaritans, where we deal with people with problems. They have mental health problems. And let me tell you this, there are a lot of people in the world that are suffering a lot. They're going through some of the worst experience, some of the worst trauma in their life. And when I look at my own problem, it's nothing. It seems so insignificant when I compare my problem to their problem. Now, you might be asking, but Dinesh, how is a negative experience a gift? Now, do you want to ask me that question? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dinesh, how is a negative experience a gift? Well, since you asked, thank you so much. I'm going to explain. Good question, though. Why is a negative experience a gift? Let me give an example. How many of you were here on our first DYG 2017? Raise your hand. We had Srishti Casey, right? Srishti Casey, if you don't know her, when she was at school, she had an eye problem. She went to a doctor, and they gave her the wrong prescription. And as a result, she lost her sight. Now, if you were in her shoes, would you be mad? Yes or yes? Yes. How would you feel about your future? Good or bad? What about your career, your relationship, your love life? Everything's gone down the drain, isn't it? But she not only overcame her problem, she also focused on things that she already had. And she didn't focus on things that she lost, for example, her sight. She focused on things that she had, and she focused so badly and so intensely that she came first. After losing her sight, she came first every single time in her class. And she topped the entire country, basically. She came first in the country and got a medal from the president. Not only that, she went on to study, do further education, and establish an organization called Blind Rocks. She's the founder, and she teaches blind people how to be confident, how to wear makeups, how to dance, and all that. Now, isn't that inspiring? Yes or yes? Yes. We had Hari Budamogar last year, and as you know, he lost both of his legs below knee in an explosion in Afghanistan, and obviously, he was depressed. He had post-traumatic, syndrome. But he overcame that, and he focused on what he had. And he tried many things. He did sports, extreme sports, and he's been able to overcome that. And not only that, next year in 2020, he will be climbing Mount Everest. And by doing so, if he succeeds, he will be the one and only person to do so. Someone with bilateral amputee. And then that will be in the Guinness World Record. How many of you know Oprah Winfrey? Yeah, we know her as a billionaire, a media executive, actress, a philanthropist, host, television host, and producer. But did you know, obviously some of you know, but did you know that while she was young, she was abused emotionally, sexually, mentally? And this is what she has to say. I would like to thank the people who brought me those dark moments when I felt most wounded and betrayed. You have been my greatest teachers. Now, isn't that a different way of looking at experiences, all in all? How many of you here had bad experiences in the past? Show your hands. Be honest with yourself. Negative experience, yes? And how many of you still feel bad about those experiences? A lot of us. Good. But is there a way to look at those same experiences in a completely different way? Just change the way you look at it. Just reframe it. Put it into a different perspective. Of course, it's possible, and there is a way. Often in life, the most valuable experience comes from pain and sorrow. Lisa Nichols, she's also a speaker. I like the way she puts it. She says, some gift comes wrapped in sandpaper. Outside it's rough and hard, it's painful, but as you gradually open inside, you'll find what a beautiful gift it was. In my own experience, I've gone through fair share of my own challenges, losing my friend, being bullied at school, having acne all over my face, what else? Rejection, failures, embarrassing myself in a group, and all that. But all those experiences, even though it looks bad and negative from my perspective, now I look back, they've helped me grow as a person. They've pushed me to become more, do more, achieve more. And they've taught me a lot: compassion, empathy, love, patience, and all those things. Can you think of an experience in your own life, a negative experience, but that helped you, pushed you to grow? Show of hands. And can you think of a negative experience later on in life you found out what a beautiful gift it was, and you learned so much from that experience? Yes? I believe your greatest pain can become your greatest gift. And I believe that your biggest problem gives you the biggest lesson. It's true. And with every obstacle comes an equal opportunity. And I believe that your breakdown can become your breakthrough. That will launch you up to the stratosphere and help you grow, truly, truly, truly grow as a person. So what is the third kind of gift then? So we talked about innate, experiential. The third one is legacy, or you can call it personal calling. Now, innate gifts, everyone has equal access to it. Experiential gift, it's different. It varies depending on whether you're able to learn lessons from your experiences or whether you're able to turn that around. But the legacy, the personal calling, every single one of you has one. Every one of you here has a gift to share. Every one of you here has a personal calling that is as unique as your fingerprint. It's very, very unique. And those gifts could be anything. It could be inspiring million people through writing a book, singing, touching people's lives, helping people, starting a charity. It could be anything. So I believe deep down in us, every single one of us has that special gift. But having a gift is not enough. Having a potential is not enough. Having the potential is not the same as doing something about it. You have to use it. You have to execute it. And mainly, you have to share it. So I'm going to quickly reframe the quote that I said at the beginning of Les Brown. I don't fully agree with what he said about the graveyard being the richest place on earth. I want to change that a little bit. I believe the richest place on earth is the land of living. And this is where you have over 7 billion different gifts, over 7 billion different new ideas and hopes and dreams and potential. There are millions of books that will be written in coming years. There will be millions of songs that will be coming up in the coming years. There will be new inventions that will be discovered, new cures that will be shared. There will be stories that will be told. And I believe that each one of you has that story to share. It's time. It's time you wake up, stand up, and step up. It's time you go on that personal journey of discovering your own gifts. It's time you live full and die empty. And on that note, I would like to hand the mic over to our host, Kabi. Thank you.